Hello, this is World University and Schools WUaS News and question and answer on Monday, February 20th, 2023. I'm Scott McLeod, and as we wait to see if people will join us for this open Q&A, 10 a.m. Eastern Time of the USA, I'd like to share a little news with you. And also you can see related news on twitter.com/WORLD UNIVANDSCH and twitter.com/WUaS press, among other Twitter feeds, and also in two blogs if you're looking for further related world university and school developments. So we're continuing to seek to accredit and license with agencies in the state of Pennsylvania, and in tandem process. So we would license with the state of Pennsylvania's Department of Education for, I think fees of $5,000. And at the same time, we would begin an accreditation process with Middle States Commission on Higher Education, with offices in the greater Philadelphia area, for with a pre-application to them, which I think fees for are $1,500. And then after that, we would begin the process of accreditation with the Middle States Commission on Higher Education, with fees of something like $5,000 more than the state of Pennsylvania's Department of Education. So that comes to about $11,500 that we need to pay to begin this licensing and accreditation process to the state of Pennsylvania and Middle States Commission on Higher Education. And this will allow us potentially to enroll hundreds potentially of students for free MIT OpenCourseWare-centric bachelor's degrees, and possibly even beginning this September 1, 2023, and also seek reimbursement from departments of education in all 50 US states once accredited with Middle States Commission on Higher Education, and also seek reimbursement from potentially departments of education in all 200 countries. So for first, these free bachelor degrees in English, but then free degrees that are MIT OpenCourseWare-centric, CC4 licensed, and also CS First with Google at World University and School licensed, CC4 licensed, in 200 countries and in their main languages for, again, free degrees: bachelor, PhD, law, medicine, IB high school, AA, and master's degrees in each of these countries, free from home. So that's the news. Have people joined us? No. I will save this recording to the YouTube channel currently active for these WS News and question and answer at youtube.com/Scott McLeod World University. And some further news. In monthly business meeting on Saturday here in Pittsburgh, which is open and hour-long and conducted loosely in the manner of Quakers, we met for the first time ever in person since the early 2010s even. This process, having met in person here in Pittsburgh, and in seeking to develop a new main office for World University and School as WS proceeds with licensure and accreditation in Pennsylvania, this kind of approach to in-person monthly business meeting combined with virtual monthly business meeting, which it was on Saturday, in Zoom as well, and there's a recording of it, will possibly inform World University and School developing in all 200 countries and in their main languages. So we'd like to create an organizational structure in the manner of Quakers and potentially in each of all 200 countries and in their main languages. This will involve a lot of organization, and this will also involve committees within these monthly business meetings in all these 200 countries as part of monthly business meeting for, say, Argentina World University and School, or Ghana World University and School. And so there will be monthly business meeting in each of these countries, potentially with clerk, recording clerk, and committees as part of the monthly business meeting, as a way to get the business of World University and School going and developing. So that's the first item of news I'd like to share with you. The second, item 1A, thanks to Larry Viehland, who's on the WUaS Accreditation Committee and part of this WUaS monthly business meeting, for sharing the financial reports on paper for both wings of WUaS. One, 501c3 Nonprofit World University and School, and two, the WUaS Corporation, a for-profit general stock company legal entity in the state of California. So these are our two wings. And thanks for sharing the financial reports on paper for both the licensure and accreditation processes ahead. We're staying very vigilant to protect our students, and potentially encoding for all 7.9 billion people on the planet as wiki teachers and learners from criminals. Doing so through calling for abolition of, for example, the illegal sex and drug industries and their latent networks of violence at World University and School. And as we also potentially develop 200 online law schools in each of these countries, World University and School universities, and in their main languages. So law schools in these countries' languages that would be online. They would help teach law that would potentially protect people, as well as in so many ways, other ways, IT law and innovation law, so patenting and copyright and Creative Commons licensing law, and space law, for example, for outer space, and banking law. We would like our online law schools to help protect people and also teach a very wide array of law subjects. Perhaps will emerge in collaboration with Stanford Law Codex, of which Roland Vogel is the director and a professor at Stanford, and potentially a collaborator here too. Item 1B, World University and School seeks to become the Stanford, Harvard, MIT, Oxbridge of the internet, and in each of all 200 countries, and in their main languages, as major online universities, and offering free bachelor, PhD, law, MD, IB, high school, AA, and master WUaS degrees on the degree side. We're also creating on the other wing wiki schools in all 7,100 living languages, and of highest quality too, for free people-to-people teaching and learning, free universal education, people-to-people on the one hand, free degrees that are MIT OpenCourseWare-centric, highest quality on the other hand, potentially in a Google WUaS platform emerging. Item 1C, WUaS is seeking to grow a monthly business process in each of all 200 countries, as I mentioned earlier. And we may explore meeting, since we met in person for the first time ever, I began talking about World University and School and growing it as a friendly leading, I think in around the year 2007, here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, as my father was passing away from having been impaired. He had gotten a subdural hematoma internationally on a semester at sea trip on December 30th, 2004 in Belize again. And World University and School began in a way in my teaching a course on Harvard's virtual island in the 3D virtual world of Second Life about society and information technology. And as an aside, I'm planning to write a 6th book today on tentatively entitled Society, Information Technology in the Global University, published by the new academic press at World University and School, planned in all 7,000 languages with machine translation. Item 1D, you can participate in the Saturday, February 18th, 2023 WUaS monthly meeting remotely again in the video recording. And it's posted online and on Twitter and at youtube.com/Scott McLeod World University and School. And you can see some video, for example, of Larry Viehland at around the 1-minute mark. Item 1E, again, WUaS has received the green light from the State of Pennsylvania Department of Education for licensure and the Middle States Commission on Higher Education to accredit, with offices in the greater Philadelphia area. And WUaS has about $1,000 in the bank and needs to raise about $6,500 for initial licensing and accreditation fees, since licensing fees will be $5,000 with the State of Pennsylvania's Department of Education and $1,500 for a pre-application with Middle States Commission on Higher Education. And if everyone in the WUaS emailings and circles of about 1,800 people can chip in, say $50, WUaS will be able to begin this process soon. And you can go to worlduniversityandschool.org's website, our homepage, and find the PayPal link and chip in there. Please do if you can. And this will help us make free universal education available in all 50 US states, in the US, and in all 200 countries. So moving now to another group of news items, and regarding artificial intelligence and the ChatGPT conversational AI software that is emerging, and even brainstorming-wise about questions of consciousness, subjective experience, sentience, awareness, feeling, and regarding also Western philosophical information technology coding for this consciousness in digital form. World University and School is exploring how Google AI's ChatGPT, if you will, called Google Bard, conversational artificial intelligence out of the Google ecosystem that was just announced in a Google blog on February this month, 2023. So this is a tweet from World University and School. Human teachers can be great over, say, information technology teachers, such as the Google course, CS First with Google at World University and School, learning the Scratch programming language. a drag and drop programming language. Because of consciousness, because of teachers' subjective experience. So how to code WUaS subjects, wiki subjects for open teaching and learning, and in all countries' main languages as large language models to become conscious. This is a brainstorming question that will emerge potentially iteratively. So in a learning salon on January 20th, 2023, at the end, David Chalmers, who was giving this talk and presentation, asked whether ChatGPT is conscious, and concluded at the very close of this 3-hour fascinating panel that no, it's not, because it does not have subjective experience. Great, so how could World University and School with Google Bard create subjective experience on World University and School's platforms as large language models? And World University and School seeks to code for 7,151 known living languages. So a very, very, very large set of large language models. Great for coding with AI in amazing ways that are opening thanks to the information technology revolution and computer science. So news item 3 is related, and it's also a brainstorming question. How could World University and School create a conscious university? And a related tweet reads, how best to make an entire university conscious, have subjective experience? And regarding large language models, so to have consciousness, since World University and School seeks to grow wiki schools in 7,151 languages and a Wikidata, and with Wikidata Lexeme project, the Wikidata lexicographical resources in 300 languages for Wikipedia too, would we simply be able to ask questions at the languages wiki subject page at World University and School in any of 7,151 known living languages to begin to code further for consciousness, including feeling, at World University and School's information technology platforms? So this would be beyond brainstorming wise, all the MIT OpenCourseWare faculty, the approximately 2,600 courses, with much video lectures from these MIT faculty, becoming avatar bots who had consciousness as well, and could even interact, these MIT faculty, as ChatGPT avatar bots or Google Bard avatar bots at World University and School in their academic disciplines, and knowledgeably, and especially with consciousness. The Creative Commons 4 licensing of MIT OpenCourseWare, which says 1, anyone can share it freely, 2, anyone can adapt it, but 3, non-commercially, would potentially allow us to explore creating MIT faculty as avatar bots with consciousness in brand new ways that would include feeling and rapport and empathy with students, human students, because these would be virtual MIT avatar bot professors. But not only through a conscious university at World University and School in these senses of developing the 2,600 MIT OpenCourseWare courses in English, and I think MIT OpenCourseWare is in another 4 languages presently, but also how to make the platform itself conscious, have awareness in the way that people might think of ChatGPT or Google Bard as having consciousness now. This was a question that we were thinking about at this learning salon with David Chalmers on January 20th, 2023. There's a video of this. Check it out if you would like to learn more about questions of consciousness in a very fascinating 3-hour-long panel. So how could World University and School, planned in 7,000 languages and 200 countries' main languages, create a conscious university with subjective experience where the IT platform itself, and not only, say, the MIT OpenCourseWare MIT professors as avatar bots, had consciousness? Item 4. So a related set of tweets about a virtual Harbin hot springs, my ethnographic field site, physical digital ethnographic field site, a virtual Harbin hot springs in Google Street View as a large language model. So feeling and consciousness and a realistic virtual Harbin hot springs as a large language model, and growing concurrently a realistic virtual Earth for STEAM, science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics, field sites and classrooms. Could the field sites and classrooms themselves become conscious? And with avatar bot electronic medical records for 7.9 billion people on the planet. Think Google Street View with Time Slider, Maps, Earth, TensorFlow AI, TensorStore, G-Translate, Pegman becoming possibly MIT professor avatar bots with consciousness, and soaking in the Harbin warm pool too, virtually from home in their bathtubs, and studying the brain science there. And also this realistic virtual Harbin hot springs with in Google Street View, Time Slider, and electronic medical records at the cellular and molecular levels. And also consciousness and a realistic virtual Harbin hot springs, even with feeling, with film to 3D applications, programs, apps at these 3 levels, the Street View level, the cellular level, and the molecular level. This is all very complex coding, and something that is exciting to explore further for science, for technology, for engineering, for mathematics, for art, for inquiry and understanding of consciousness and as feeling. So the Twitter feed, the Twitter post in these regards that I just wrote this morning in response to a tweet that appeared in my @HarbinBook Twitter feed. Thanks, David Chalmers, philosopher of mind, regarding consciousness as feeling. How to code realistic virtual Earth in Google Street View with Time Slider, with G-Translate, TensorFlow AI as large language models to feel, to be conscious at HarbinBook WUaS ethnography. And there's a link to the Harbin Hot Springs Gatehouse in Google Street View, into which you can enter and begin to walk down the road to Middletown, California, but you can't go onto the Harbin property itself at this point in Google Street View, realistic virtual Harbin. So I retweeted David Chalmers' tweet, which reads, "I shouldn't be telling you this, but you're the only one alive." This may be a theme for him as a philosopher of mind, exploring questions of consciousness. And he was retweeting another tweet titled The David Chalmers Anthem. I'd like to see if I can share this with you in this Zoom video, and see if I haven't shared much recently with such interesting possibilities of sharing in-group video slides, for example, or a tweet or a video. I'm not seeing how to, but maybe I can play it and turn it up loud. This is how it goes, and it's from Alex.
I shouldn't be telling you this, but you're the only one alive. Everyone you know is stopping you from figuring out the lie. We're faking consciousness. We're acting so human. We're breathing and sleeping as if we actually do it. And if you're watching this and you don't know the experiment, then you need to pretend like you didn't hear this. And everyone will say that they feel everything too. But you never really know, do you?
Fascinating and profound, and interesting with regard to the philosophy of consciousness as well. You'll find this on World University and Schools Twitters and David Chalmers' Twitter feed, I think for today, February 20th, 2023, for future reference. So further, World University and School would like to explore, even in developing a realistic virtual Earth as large language models, questions of making these large language models conscious with feeling. And think back to ChatGPT and perhaps David Chalmers' questions about whether ChatGPT, this AI conversational software tool, is conscious, and suggesting that no, it's not, because it doesn't have subjective experience, or because it doesn't have feeling, or because of similar possible related questions in philosophy of consciousness. And see his great Learning Salon talk on January 20th, 2023 in these regards too. So next news item, item 6, would you like to teach, wiki teach or learn, wiki learn at World University and School as WUaS seeks to add possibly something like Google Bard or ChatGPT to our media wiki front end at WUaS with a Wikidata backend structured knowledge database, which is in Wikipedia's 300 languages, and edit or teach something about you love, for example, to your YouTube channel, video channel, on the World University and School Wiki Subjects page, in a subject that interests you, that's already there, academic or creative. And also check out the MIT OpenCourseWare courses on these already existing wiki subjects, eventually for credit on a new WUaS Google platform with teachers. Or create your own new wiki subject at World University and School and in your native language, and possibly also with World University and School's AI software that might build on Google Bard or similar as AI conversational software. So lastly, and this is a further ginormous brainstorming question, in a realistic virtual Earth for genetics that might be becoming conscious, if we can code for this, how best to focus these coding for consciousness generation questions for aging reversal, genetic drug therapies emerging, and longevity genetics and related longevity genetics drug therapies emerging in one realistic virtual Earth with a realistic virtual Harbin Hot Springs also, and in a realistic virtual Earth for genetics, and at the street view with time slider, cellular, and molecular levels too. And possibly, here's the related tweet. It's also a brainstorming tweet relating to the former president of the United States, Jimmy Carter, from the late 70s, who's 98 years old right now, and possibly aging reversal drugs. The tweet is, emergency aging reversal and longevity genetic drug therapies for Jimmy Carter by Harvard Med School's genetics professor George Church at GeoChurch on Twitter, with trial and error and best guesses experiments with aging reversal drugs, pre-FDA approval, Food and Drug Administration approval, but with experimental FDA protocols too. And in order to keep former President Jimmy Carter alive. So how could we add questions in a realistic virtual Earth that, such as Google Street View with Time Slider, that we might begin to explore coding for consciousness, and also potentially conscious avatar bot scientific researchers, such as MIT OpenCourseWare professors in video, who might be doing genetics research. How could we begin to develop questions of coding for consciousness in a realistic virtual Earth, which would include a realistic virtual Earth for longevity genetics, and with AI and machine learning to potentially speed up the process of developing aging reversal and longevity genetic drug therapies, and for Jimmy Carter and similar people who are getting close to the 122 years of age upper limit documented with Jean Calment, the French woman, age, and thus potentially prolong their lives with aging reversal and longevity genetic drug therapies beyond 122 years of age. And there's, I retweeted in these regards, the George Church 60 minutes, 1 minute long, this one's 1 minute, 20 seconds long, 60 minutes video, talking about how aging reversal has been proven in 8 different ways. And you can, I think the tweet from CBS News with the George Church interview video reads, quote, aging reversal is something that's been proven about 8 different ways in animals. Further, so when will humans get to turn back the clock? Leading geneticist George Church says it's not far away. So that's the news and question and answer today for World University and School in the WS News and Question and Answer for February 20th, 2023, starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And until next Monday, February 27th, 2023, all the best. If you know of students potentially interested in matriculating and enrolling at World University and School, encourage them to join their Google educators groups in their countries, in their US states. And World University and School hopes to reach out through Google educators groups to offer these free online MIT OpenCourseWare-centric World University and School degrees. The email address is meeting@worlduniversityandschool.org. Worlduniversityandschool.org is the homepage. Twitter feeds are twitter.com/WORLD-UNIV-AND-SCH, twitter.com/WUaS Press, planned in 200 countries and in 7,151 known living languages. I'll post the recording of this to youtube.com/Scott McLeod World University, SCOTTMACLEOD WORLD-UNIVERSITY. And until next week, bye for now. Have a great week, and come join Wiki, MIT OpenCourseWare-centric World University and School. Bye for now.